I periodically feel like it's my duty to just point out that there's nothing about this whole thing we talk about, this non-duality, that is serious. It doesn't matter. Also, it's not something special. It's not something specific that is only one part of life. It's life. What I'm talking about is already everything, or what I'm trying to talk about or I'm pointing to. It's already everything simply as it is. Perhaps there's just a message here that is that I know through experience and others' experience that you can live. Well, you already live in what is. You live as what is. There is only what is. And there's nothing separate in it. There's nothing more or less what is, right? That's the truth. But I guess what I'm really saying is that even though that's the truth, we certainly can have subjective experience of anything but that, anything but a kind of unity or peace or interconnectedness or just this. Like, sure, we can say all that stuff, but is that experienced? And when there's a subjective experience that feels so isolated and apart from all of it and struggling and seeking and so forth, I'm just sort of compelled to say there is a way to dissolve that, or that can be dissolved. It can be, the lens of misperception can be shifted. There's a lot of mystery in that, but there's a lot of mystery in all of this. How that works, how this works, how does life work, right? We study things, even in the relative, say, scientific world where we have rigorous scientific oversight and process and so forth, hopefully, at least in some areas of science, certainly. And yet, the farther science goes, the closer it looks at phenomenon, the more mysterious it actually gets. Very truly, right? Look at quantum field theory. Look at quantum superposition. Look at the paradoxes that arise endlessly within all of it. So it doesn't matter what lens you use. If you use a lens to divide up reality and you keep looking closer at what's contaminating the lens, what's, wiping that lens clean, readjusting the lens when you see that there's some delusion or something that seems off. However you do that, if you do it enough, you will come face to face with something that's vastly mysterious. And often the work of doing that, the effort of investigation, whether it's an investigation in the scientific world or an investigation into human nature or behavior or thought, or it's an investigation directly into the nature of identity itself, regardless of how those investigations play out, us being led to this mystery, us being led to this surprise, can feel far more serious than it needs to. And that's not the fault of the mystery, actually. It's not the fault of what is. It's the fault of the delusion. It's the fault of the lens being crooked or the lens being opacified by whatever, right? In terms of identity, it's the mental formations, the sticky thought forms. It's the apparent separate will, the illusion of control, all of these sort of delusive movements of mind. That's what clouds the lens or distorts the lens or points the lens in the wrong direction at times or whatever, however you want to use this analogy. And that distortion, that will, that effort to readjust, to clear the lens, to all of it, comes with this feeling of seriousness. It comes with this feeling that there's a serious project at hand. And I'm not here to tell you, if you notice that, to just dispel it completely or set it aside or pretend it's not there. Be authentic. If it feels heavy to you, it feels heavy. And at the same time, I always, feel that periodically it's my responsibility to say, hey, None of this is as serious as it seems. Even if you take it seriously, and you can't help but take it seriously, even if you somewhere in your heart know it's not as serious as it seems, you can't help the behaviors from seeking. You can't help the behaviors from being kind of obsessed with inquiry into your own nature, into self and so forth, into no self, into your experience, into presence, into whatever. I know you can't help but take that seriously sometimes, and that's fine too. But I can still say that it's not serious. Even if it seems serious, even if it seems heavy, even if it seems life and death hang in the balance, even if it seems heaven and hell hang in the balance, they don't. Not at all. All those heavens and hells you can truly wake up from, but not as you know yourself. Not in any way you know yourself. And it is valuable to inquire or look, or let's even say rest vigilantly, with the intention of dispelling illusion. It's fine to do that, of course. You will wrestle with yourself doing that at times, for sure, because really there's just massive amounts of competing agendas within us. That's just how it is. So you'll struggle with yourself. You'll see that the seeker is co-opting this process, making it seem as if there's something to find that's not here already. And like all that's going to happen. And it's okay that it's happening. It's okay. The will is okay. The illusions are okay. The distorted lenses are okay. The clouded mirror is okay. It's okay. It's not important in the way our minds think everything is either a little bit important or a lot important or not important or of universal importance. That's mind. This is just not on that spectrum at all. It doesn't have that kind of importance because it just is. Very simple. No big deal. Not a problem. And that truth permeates all of your own experience, even the part of you that feels like there is a major problem to solve. It's okay. Play the game of trying to solve it, but play it smart. Play it smartly. Play it if you're interested in this, the biggest game. Play it with some advice from those who have walked this path before you. Find what resonates with you. Expose yourself to it. Listen. Come to satsang, listen to the videos, go to retreat, and inquire on your own until the inquiry takes on a life of its own, and it's not personal, and it has nothing to do with your agendas, and yet it still continues. But don't take it too seriously.